Hi everybody, welcome to yoga. Please modify any poses that you've been recommended from the doctor or anything that you know that you need to do. It's not going to be a very difficult class, and hope you're all coping in a stage 4 lockdown. So taking in some deep breaths. We'll stand up today, take your feet hip width apart, turn them slightly in, big breath in, and you can sigh it out. Another big breath in, really fill up a little bit extra sip, and exhale. Did I say my name was Roxanne? My name's Roxanne. Hello everybody. And flip your palms out. Inhale, let's reach up as we breathe in and press your feet into the floor. Lightly touching your hands together, turn your hands out, exhale. Taking control of the breath. Try and exhale all the way to the end of the movement. Let's do 2 more. And pull your inner shoulder muscles down when you're breathing, don't let them scrunch up to the ears. Exhale. Make sure your toes are relaxed. Really stretch up, press your heels into the floor. Exhale. Let's do some shoulder circling, some shoulder circling, some shoulder circling. It's much more fun talking to people than the camera, but there you are. Just imagine you're all there. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, let your shoulders come in at the front. Your pelvis tilted slightly under, maybe a little micro bend in the knees. And circle the other way. So remember, if you're really craving a massage, and we haven't got access to any unless you're married to a massage therapist or something, so you can do these motions yourself. A lot of us are a lot more sedentary, getting aches and pains. Just don't forget, you can always self-massage in this way. And let's take our arms up with a bend and hold either onto your wrist, or hold onto your wrists, and let's lean to the side. Feel a nice stretch coming down the side ribs. Leaning onto the opposite foot for balance. Center and side. Take your elbows quite far back. Center and side. Maybe you can go a little bit further this time. And center and side. Good, and relax. And let's just throw our arms around loosely. Light tap on the shoulders, loosening off our shoulders and upper body. Focusing on long exhales, and your inhales will take care of themselves. Well done participating today. These sessions are even more important than before. So we have to lock it down. Okay, and let's wake up our meridian. So we're going to tap on the shoulder, lightly down the arm, maybe with a bit of a cupped hand, and back up the other way. And let's turn our arm over and tap down the inside arm. Once more. And then just soothe that off. Self-love. And let's do the other side. Down the inner arm. Times, and then smooth it all off. Take your feet a little bit wider, turn the toes in, and we're going to have straight arms. Clasp your fingers and all except your pointer fingers, and we're going to lean even further to the side. And we're going to stretch it forward, let our hips go back. Reach up, look forward and reach, stretching over to the side as far as you can. And reaching forward. Let your hips go back. Weight come onto the toes and lift up. Lean back. And bring your thumbs in front of the heart, center to the center of the sternum. Close the eyes, notice the breath. Shoulders relax. And let's go straight into some salutes. We're going to reach our arms forward, reach up, lean back, and that same motion, leaning forward, hips go slightly back, reach down, come back into a big lunge, option to go down onto the knee, flatten your hands, come back into a plank, option to go down on both knees, squeeze your elbows in to touch your ribs as you go down. Inhale, head and shoulders come off the floor, hands come off the floor. Chin comes back down again. Bring your hands back a little bit further by your sides. Option to come into an up dog or just a cobra again. Feel the toes under, come into a down dog. Weight on the thumb and index finger. Let's just bend one knee and hold it. Let our head hang down toward the floor. Finding leg in the neck. Push those hips up to the ceiling. And then bend our other knee. Let go of the neck. Straighten both legs. Option to jump up to the hands or step. Reach your arms into the side space. Inhale, reach all the way up. Find length in the spine and the arms. Exhale. Thumb back to the chest. Take a breath or two. So you can make this your own sequence. If you have a favourite sequence, we'll do about 3 more actually, and I'm not going to say an awful lot. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down, forward and down. Stepping back into a plank, knees on or off the ground, squeeze your elbows in, come down to the ground, exhale. Inhale, head and shoulders off the floor, hands off the floor. Lower down again. Cobra again, or option up dog, option knees off the floor. Feel the toes under, come back down into downward dog. Jump or step your feet to the hands. Inhale. Thumbs to the chest. Take a breath. Relax the shoulders. Check you're not holding tension anywhere. Inhale, come up. Hips forward, lean back. Open up to the ceiling, to the sun. Opening up the thyroid and thymus. Exhale, forward and down. Change the leg that goes back. Try to breathe at least once per movement. Into down dog. We're going to do one more round, and I'm not going to say anything. See if you can make it your own, make it in your memory, see it into your memory. Once you've completed that round, watch the breath returning to normal. More of a resting breath. So having feet slightly apart, we're going to take our left foot over our right. Hold your elbows, slight bend in the knees if you need. Oops. And let's lean forward. Picture space coming between your vertebrae. Drop the arms. Roll the spine up. Your awareness in the spine, unwrap your toes. And let's cross our foot over the other way. Hold a different way rather than the way you had before, if you can. And forward bend again. Drop the arms. No judgment if they don't reach the floor. Folding your upper body over your upper leg. And curling up to stand quite slowly. Unwrap the toes. And just shake it out. And a few more shoulder circles. Let's reach our arms forward and take our left arm over right. I'm mirroring you. Try and fold above the elbow if you can. Bring the other arm underneath. And bring this hand around into eagle arms. So you have an option to go down with those folded legs like we did before, or just go down from straight legs. Lean back and fold forward. Get a nice stretch between the shoulder blades. Inhale, come up. Unwrap your feet if they were folded. Fold your arms around the other way. Holding onto a wrist or a thumb. And going down the other side. Inhale, come up. Unfold your legs. Unfold your arms. And let's clasp them behind. Take your hands off the back and look up, lean back. Come to looking forward again. Let's step back on our left foot. Your foot angled in slightly. Take your back heel off if you find that helps you to face forward a bit more. Lunge into your front knee. Straighten the front leg. Activity happening with both legs. And let's come and lunge again. Let's lift our arms up into the air. Inhale. Let your middle fingers touch. Lunge as far as you feel comfortable. And big exhale as we bring our elbows down as if we're going through a bit of resistance. Inhale. Back together. Big exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Let's bring our opposite arm down onto that front knee. Wrap the other hand around the back. See if you can twist and rotate your ribs around to the side. might be able to get their hand further down the outside of that leg. Let's release our hands, one to either side of the front foot, step back into the dog pose. You can do a slow motion running action here. Step our head up to the front. Come up to stand. Change legs. Step back on your right leg, my left leg. And come into a lunge. At the same time as you lunge forward, feel action happening in the back leg. And straighten up. And lunge. Straighten. Lift your toes like I just did, and lunge. Try and face your ribs around to the front. Inhale, come up, your middle fingers touch. Big inhale, big exhale. Feeling squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Feeling of exhaling through the throat, bit of an ujjayi. Throat breath. Push that back heel down to the floor. Now this time we're going to take our left arm to wrap around the back and our right arm comes down onto that front leg. The middle of your right arm. And focus on twisting. Maybe pushing that arm down the outside of the leg even a bit more. Let's bring our hands either side of the front foot, step back to a dog pose. Weight on the base of the hands, we're going to shift our weight from the balls of the feet over to the hands. And back to the balls of the feet, back to the hands. 3 more. Take our left toes onto our right heel. And let's take our left toes all the way down to the floor. And take your right hand a little bit more to the center and come up into a side plank. Drop this knee if you need to. Take your arm back. Turn your foot, come down to the knees, rest in child pose. Come back to your plank. You can have a slight bend in your plank with the hips lifted up to make it a little bit easier. And let's take our right toes onto the left heel. Stay at this point, or take those toes all the way down to the floor. Your left hand comes further to the center and turn it into a side plank. Bring your hand back, bring your toes back, drop down to the knees. Big toes touch, knees apart. Sink down in between the heels. Take our left fingers to thread the needle under our right arm and sit down. So you have a choice. You can just hang here with the head or lie down onto your hand. Back, upper back and shoulders releasing, relaxing. let's slowly swap arms, swap sides. Bring yourself up onto all fours. Stretch the spine into a cat pose, lifting the hips consciously. Feel the spine all the way through and the head coming up. And changing shape, drawing the navel in toward the spine and the spine toward the navel. Jiggle the breath out. And let's change again. And change. Bless me. And one more time through. You're laughing at me outside. And change. Very good. And let's come down onto our forearms for a bit of core work. Clasp the fingers, or alternately put your thumbs side by side and knuckles side by side. Chin above the thumbs. Bring your knees back. Feel the toes under. So you might just want to stay here and rest those hips down every now and then. Bring them up again. Rest them down again. And moving on from there. You choose. Feel the toes under. Bring one knee off. Bring the other knee off. Knee down, knee down. Hips down. Alternate your knees. Move with breath. And rest down onto the tops of your feet. And let's swing around our legs to the front. And back on your hands, give your legs a bounce and a roll. And let's take our legs out to a comfortable V. Give a little alternate knee bends. And let's stretch down the side of one leg. Have your elbow on the inside leg. And let's wrap our other arm around the back. So you can stay here. Option to bring your hand up and over the back of the head, or even over to the other thumb. And release out of there. And go down to the other side. Wrap your hand around the back. Hand around the back, comes around the back of the head. And maybe over to the other thumb. And release. And bend those knees, toes up as well. And work your way forward, bending forward. Good, and slide back in. Bring your legs together. Bend one knee and come into a reverse plank. Let's change knees. Let's lift one leg. Let's meet it with the other leg. And release one hand to the other hand. And let's bring ourselves together. Hold firmly onto your ankles or shins. Find your sitting bones. And make your spine as tall as you can. Reversing those effects of gravity, especially as a lot of us are doing a lot more couch sitting and computer sitting even as usual. Have a little rock from side to side. And let's come with one leg behind the other, doesn't matter which leg, or you might just come into easy cross legs, no judgment. And let's hold firmly onto one knee, coming to spinal twist. Let's change legs, twist to the other side. Release. So we're coming to the end of our half-hour session. So you can choose to spend it doing a bit of meditation, which is the state that you'll naturally arrive in after all those asanas. Or you might prefer to lie down onto the floor and do a spinal twist. 5 or 10 minute shavasana to make it into a longer class. And I do recommend that you do a little lie down at the end so your body can process all this wonderful input and effects on your endocrine system, mood raising. And if you would like a pranayama to practice, I'll give you a choice of two. So we talked a little before about the throat breathing, making that oceanic sound in the back of the throat. You can do this one on its own for about 10 rounds. Or you can combine it with alternate nostril breathing, which is really great when you start to feel a little bit anxious and panicky. So just using your choice of fingers to alternately block your nostrils, breathing in one nostril, out the other nostril. In the same nostril, and out the other nostril. Finding the pace that works for you, slowing it down. Again, 10 or so rounds, minimum. For another few minutes. Really good idea to remember what you're grateful for. A lot of us are focusing on the negativity in our lives at the moment, so we counteract that with all the good things we do have. And again, be very, very kind to yourselves and everybody else if you can. Give yourself a gentle pat on the back. Giving yourself the gift of yoga. Taking your breath in as we end with our acknowledgement of each other. Namaste.